padam mantramulam gururvaksham mokshamulam guru kripa. Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai, Satchidananda Bhagavan ki jai, Gopala Krishna Bhagavan ki jai, Gita Mata ki jai. So today also we have to ponder over the first chapter. The first chapter is most complicated. People think it is so simple. Just Arjuna had little doubts and he asked it, and Lord Krishna replies in other 17 chapters. But it is so difficult. Of course, we just accept it. But there are so many questions over it, and yesterday we discussed all these questions, and one answer will be sufficient for all the questions. This is how we have to look it from all-round vision, one vision. It will be one all-round vision. When you stand on the peak of the mountain, you can see all around. You see, the place is not acceptable. Gita, such knowledge of the absolute and solution for every question concerning about practical day-to-day life and philosophical views and all the aspects of the earthly life. It gives a solution to every question, Gita. So similarly, we shall see. You see, Gita, the first chapter where the battle is ready to commence. Hanji, Hanji. लगा दो, आना है तो आओ, नहीं तो क्या यार. So the place is not for the discussion of knowledge. It is not a suitable place. And time also is not suitable. It is in the midst of the battle, and it is already started, say, order is given by blowing the conches. So it is a critical time and space. Place also, it is not for discussion. How one or two words you can talk to each other. The boss can just say to the driver of the chariot, just take me there, and let me see. That is, up to that is okay. But after that, they have started a long discussion. If we read it very rapidly, at least 1 hour. At least 1 hour. See, the time is not 1 hour there. See, now we have to see the dialogue between Lord Himself, the universal intellect, manifested in a form, and it is consolidated, sanctified knowledge. And when it talks, I gave the example of Madhusudan Saraswati. Lord Krishna gave his universal intellect to Madhusudan when he compelled him to write the Tika explanation on Gita by Lord Krishna's intellect. So he was given the intellect for only that period, and when Tika was written by Madhusudan, and afterwards without the universal intellect, when he reads it himself with his own individual intellect, he understands not a single word. Such is the capacity and magnanimity of the universal intellect. And Arjuna is taken as Nara and Narayan. Narayan is Lord Krishna, Arjuna is Nara, that means the representative of the whole human beings. Human being is super being in the creation because it holds all the details of the whole creative methods in the body. Human body is, say, it is a model of the universe. Everything you will find in the human body. It is a model. And it is magnified and made the universe. Everything, whatever is available in the universe, is there in a human body. We are what we can say, foolish beings. We have limited our everything with a miser mind, what we can say, sankuchit, conservative mind. We don't want to open ourselves. That is our nature. That's why we don't understand anything. But all the knowledge is there in a human being. Knowledge of the whole universe. And this, according to the yogic view, 73 crores, millions of network of nerves is working in the body of human. And if all of them work properly, human being is universal being. And even 1% of the network doesn't work. That is how we have lost our capacity. But Arjuna was super being. Of course, he was representative of the whole human mankind. mankind. So the receptive power in Arjuna and the explanating power in Krishna, we cannot understand their capacity. So what we understand, we take time to understand. I am explaining you same thing 100 times in Yoga Vasit, but yet I have to repeat it again and again. You go on putting the same question and again. I have to tell it in different language, different terms, different with different examples, with different stories, with different logic. Even then you are unable to hold it. And how can we think the capacity of the receptive power of Arjuna and explanating power of Lord Krishna? So naturally, we have to accept it didn't take 1 hour or 2 hours there. It takes just a little time. That was available in the midst of the battlefield. That was possible. And it happened. Sometimes the clever people, if you tell one thing, they understand 10 other things. Isn't it? We see? If you give just hint. I have seen, we had a Mahatma in Gangotri. He is known as Mauni Baba. Vaishnava Mahatma, his name was Mauni Baba. And he calls everyone by city. He does everything without talking anything. And his assistants are so trained. He didn't need any slate and pencil to write something and explain to people. If his assistant is with him, he can deal anything and everything with anyone. He will just do some markings in the sky and the assistant will read it and explain everything. And he will nod, yes, nod his head, yes. Just some symbols. So that is the capacity of perception, understanding, receiving capacity and explaining capacity. Sometimes without talking anything, we can talk so many things by eyes. How are you? Have you done the work? Are you okay? Go on with it. In eyes, everything is expressed and understood. So, don't think it went on with only conversation like ours. It was not so. When you are hearing the age of the warriors, some old man, 225 years old man, is fighting with youngsters, 16-year youngsters. Abhimanyu was 16 years only. So see the differences. And everybody was quite capable of everything. There was not any age factor. There was no time factor. There was no place factor. They were beyond all these. So don't doubt on time and place where the Gita was delivered to Arjuna. We have no place for doubts. And one who can give, imagine at that time, who can give the video to our Sanjay, not by machinery way, not by in the form of machine. We have, of course, these are some all machines. But he just gave orally and he got it.
So they didn't have Zoom meetings.
And that only can be used by Sanjay, not by others. All those restrictions. Ravana had a chariot, some plane. It used to move Ravana in Ramji's time, long before, say about thousands of years back, thousands, not 15,000 years back. And at that time, he had such plane, and it used to move according to mind. Whatever he thinks, the plane will move according to his mental thought. Go there means it will go there. That's all. And it can change its size, it can speed with mind, it can do anything and everything. So such was the limit of science in those days. They were great scientists. And everything can be recorded in a second. And all the photos, all the conversations, everything in a second. Now you are conserving everything in a small, what do you call it? Pen drive. Pen drive. Huh? How much GB? GB. So, how much scientific our ancestors we are, you can just imagine. So don't bring doubts from your level of thinking. And other thing, some questions are there. Why, when the battle started, did all of them, both sides, they didn't know that they are going to fight among themselves in the family itself? Did they not know it? Everybody was aware of it. They are brothers and they are going to fight among the brothers. And others' relations, they are coming to support them, both the sides. So, knowing everything, how can they fight against each other? And of course, others, Kaurav sides, they were ready to fight and they forgot everything. Okay. But Arjuna knew it before. Yudhishthira also, all the Pandavas knew it before, and they tried to stop the war. And Krishna was sent as a messenger of peace to compromise, to have conversation. And it failed. And Krishna could not do anything. And now he is doing everything. What does it mean? So you see, when Krishna announces in the when he showed his Vishwarup, universal form to Arjuna, he says, Arjuna, I am the all-consuming time. I have incarnated, I have taken a form. Time has, all-consuming time has taken a form to swallow all. That was inside story. Inside story. And outside story, only drama. So in this way, Lord Krishna was universal being. So though he knows everything, he knows also it is pre-planned by him only. So he is not going to go against the scheme. He is nature himself, he is Maya, the supreme power himself, he is the planner, he is the activator of the plan, and he was the actor himself, the director has become the actor. So in that way we have to see the picture. And Arjuna of course knew it before, and if at all Arjuna coming to the battlefield, of course in common parlance we see, we will be aware of something, but when we go to the spot, then it becomes something, the actual vision, eye vision, it has tremendous influence over the mind. Without seeing the situation, we may know the situation, but we are not so much influenced by the consequence. But when we stand on the spot, it will have different picture. When we hear some information of the battlefield, nowadays also, there was China and India border misunderstanding. China was so stubborn, and India also didn't withdraw. So for months it went on, and sitting here, hearing the news, we concurred something which is not the case at the spot. They have to fight in snowy region in 15,000 feet high, and all those barriers are there. They have to act according to the situation. When you go to the spot, you can imagine what is the situation. In that way, though Arjuna knew it before, when he went to the spot, his mind changed. It is but natural. There is no question of doubt. And overall, Lord Krishna says, Maya dhakshena prakritihi suyati sacharacharam. He gives his clue in between somewhere many times in Gita, who am I and how I play the game. He gives the clue. I am the controller of the whole universe, and I do not do anything on my behalf. When I give sign, when I give some signal, then by my order, my power, supreme power, plays the drama. And that Maya is so complicated, there is nothing to understand. We cannot understand the game of Maya, and Lord Krishna only can understand, and by his order this Maya plays the game. So, knowing everything, everybody becomes a fool. Be fooling everyone, that is the work of Maya. You cannot go against it. That is what I was searching for, in our Chandi, Saptasati Chandi, it is the glory of the Maya, the worshippers of the Supreme Power as Supreme Mother. They go through it to understand the power of illusion. You see, when you know the boy is in the class, all the doubts are gone. There is no doubt. But when you see the boy is not in the class, he is absent, go on searching for him anywhere and everywhere. For years you may not get him. There is no guarantee where he will be, whether he is dead and gone, whether he has been sent to his relative's house, or he was seriously ill, he was sent to some distant hospital. What has happened, nobody knows. And go on searching for his presence till you see him practically and see his presence. Till then go on concocting only stories. He may be there, he may be there, he may be there, which is wrong. Everything is wrong. In this way, this world works, Maya works. Absence is called Maya. Absence of the truth, reality. So how can you understand? Unless you know the truth. Truth is the presence and absence is called Maya. One who is absent, he is the holder of his absence. He plays the game. Understood? The presence plays the game of absence. Did you follow the terms? The boy is present somewhere. He was sent to America. His parents are settled in America. And he was staying here with his relatives. And he was admitted in some school. And all of a sudden he fell ill. And his parents, they were much worried. So he was sent to America. And now nothing is known to anyone here. Urgently he was sent to America. And now we are searching for the boy in India. Go on searching for years. Unless you know the truth. You may get some information after a long time. That is also not clarity, complete clarity. Unless you see the boy. He was so ill. Whether he is alive or not. This is how The boy plays the game where he is present, and we are bewildered here. In this way, the absence plays the game. Presence has nothing to do, and he is the holder of the absence. So, awareness, continuous awareness of awareness, that in our own language we say presence of mind. It is not really presence of mind. It is presence of presence. So in this way Maya plays the game, and here nothing is certain, nothing is certified, ascertained that this will happen or that will happen. Nothing is planned. Anything can happen. Maya yam sarva sambhava. Don't forget this formula. Everything is possible in this Maya, supreme power. What the truth cannot do, the Maya can do it. What presence cannot give you, absence can bewilder you. Such is the power of Maya. So there is no wonder whether Arjuna was bewildered, he was despondent, and he thought not to fight, though he was ready before. Just 5 minutes before, he was ready to fight. And of course, Lord Krishna was this side, Pandav's side, and his Narayani Sena, all the powerful army, they were on his against, on the other party, Kaurav's party, because Arjuna had taken them. So they are also loyal to their boss. They will fight with full force against Pandavas. All this happen, my dear. Everything is possible, so have no doubt. It has happened. Anything can happen. And that is what I was telling you, the story of Durga Saptasati. In 2 lines I shall say, there was some king, and he was defeated by his enemies, and he was driven out from the kingdom, and he went to the forest. He had no chance to come back. And in the forest he was thinking of only his lost kingdom and his very faithful subordinates, the ministers and the army and all the servants. All the time he was thinking of them. He was in depression, and he was roaming in the forest, eating some fruits or some roots, somehow surviving. And another person, he was a great miser, and he was a great rich man also. He didn't give even a pie to his family members. Whatever the family members earn, he hoards it and doesn't spend even a pie on anyone. So all the family members were together, and they thought this fellow is a rogue. He will not allow us to leave. So let us drive him out from the house, so that the wealth we can use, at least we have earned it. And they got together and drove him out from the family, having no support from the family members. He had to go to jungle. But yet, in jungle all alone, he was roaming about and had no food, nothing. He was only eating such fruits and roots and everything. And all the time he was thinking of his wealth, and lost family. He was thinking of his darling and dear son, beautiful daughter. Oh, what will be they doing? How they will be managing their lives? I have saved that amount of wealth with so much, you say, struggle, and they will be misusing it. What can I do? And the king also was thinking, I had earned so much wealth for the subject, and my enemies must have looted the whole treasury. And what will happen to my so dear elephant? Will it be getting something, some enough of food? Or my horses, what they will be doing? In these worries only, these two fellows in the same jungle, they were roaming separately. All of a sudden they meet each other. So they asked each other, who are you, how are you, how you are in this jungle? So both gave their stories to each other, and then they thought where to go for shelter. So roaming in the forest, they came across an ashram. There was a monk, great saint, and these two fellows, they met him, saluted him, and they told all their stories, and they asked the question, though we know we cannot go back, but yet why we are always thinking of the lost property? What is the cause? So the monk, he explains the power of Maya. My dear, the power of Maya is such, you cannot overcome it. So they asked, what is the way out? The saint gave him some way how to worship the Maya, and to follow some methods and do austerities for some time. So when your mind is purified and when everything goes well, and the Maya as a mother of the whole universe, when she gets pleased, then if she wants, then you will get rid of this depression. So they did it for a long time. In the forest they had penance, serious penance, and in the course of long time they got success and both got knowledge. The king became, after some kalpas, he became the Prajapati, he became the Manvantar mein Sabarnik Manu bana. He became Sabarnik Manu, who starts the human heritage. Such was the power of Maya and Samadhi, that businessman, miser fellow. He also got knowledge and he got rid of all the cycle of birth and death, everything. So this is the power of Maya. And Lord Krishna was Mayavi. Mayadhar, his name was Mayadhar. He is the holder of his power and the controller of his power. So he played this game as a universal being, and as an individual being he is acting the role. As a director he had made the drama, and as an actor he is playing the role. So he is not fighting for anyone. He is just supporting something, because he has to play the role of relative to both the sides. So he has to support both the sides. And when he went to Kauravas as a peace messenger, there also he tried his level best to keep up peace outwardly. Inwardly he knows nobody will agree, because it is my place. And Duryodhana also wanted to arrest him, and at that time Lord Krishna showed his universal form to Duryodhana also, my dear. Dear, don't think I am such a coward boy. I have to act I have to play my role. Yet all these fellows, though sometimes they, for a moment, they come to know the all powerfulness of Lord Krishna, yet they were bewildered. Their intellect was captured by Krishna's Maya, so they will be bound to do what he wills. That's how the overall controller is one. Don't think you are able to do something, you can do something. Don't think in this way. This is the essence of Gita. You are nowhere. Your ID is to be burnt. It should be set fire. You have no ID. You are just a puppet in the hands of the Almighty. That is what Arjuna realized in the end, and he surrendered to Lord Krishna. Karisye vachanam tava. I will do whatever you order. My Lord, I understood now who are you. Arjuna could understand. Very few among them could had some inner view. One was Bhishma, other was Yudhishthira, Duryodhana, our Vidur. These fellows had little knowledge about Lord Krishna, so they didn't dare to talk before Lord Krishna. And little he was known to his elder brother, our Balramji. Balram was incarnation of the Anant serpent. He had to come and help in the drama. So sometimes he forget that Lord Krishna is Narayan, and sometimes he remember. When he remembers, he is aware of Lord Krishna, then he keeps quiet. Or else he will be fighting with Lord Krishna sometimes. Because his elder brother, he tries to dominate, but he could not. All the drama, Lord Krishna's life, it is divine game. We cannot understand anything of it. Our intellect is not so pure. Yet we try to understand something out of Gita. So essence I told you, which has to be kept in mind all the time. You are a puppet in the hands of Lord Almighty, and that is what Lord Krishna proved in Gita. So have no doubt. You have no right to have doubt. Okay? Just accept it. Then answer. It is his game. He knows why and how, in what time, what is to be played. It is his plan. So just to accept. And whether this was true or not, that is different. But the knowledge given to us, it is practically helpful in every aspect of our day-to-day life and our relative life on the earth. So we have to accept. If the gold is lying somewhere in a dirty, some dustbin, will you not bring it and wash it and use? So let it be wherever, in whatever time, don't ask such question, get the knowledge of it. That's all. Okay, end to all the questions. Thank you. Tomorrow we shall see. We shall start the second chapter. Okay. You will not be able to. This much is enough. At least keep in mind you cannot do anything. Be a puppet. Nimittamatram bhava sabhyasachi is the order of Lord Krishna. You cannot understand anything, you cannot do anything, you have no capability, you have no way you are anywhere found. You are just my instrument in my hand. Whatever I like, I will use you. I will use you as I like. You have nothing to say. So why not accepting this and why to doubt? No question. Only answer. Accept the answer and try to do the order, carry out the order. Okay. So tomorrow we shall carry out, oh Lord. Thank you. Hari Om. Just a sentence in the end. I was a stranger there. Just hear it. Don't ask questions. I was a stranger there. It was hot summer midday, sunny day. I asked some passerby, how far is that river, my dear, from here? how far that river from here, my dear? I want to take a dip in it. I am sweating. Can you tell how far the river is from here? And what is the way? He replied, it is not a river, my dear. It is not a river. It's only a mirage. He replied, it is not river, my dear. It is only a mirage. Alas, this is called world. Okay? Where I was standing? In Rajasthan somewhere. Okay? This is called the world. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. Krishna Janna Bhagavan ki jai. Gita Mata ki jai.